Hello students, today we are going to discuss problematic soils and soil testing. So our first point is Introduction to soil testing. Soil testing is used for determining the soil fertility level. Soil fertility plays an important role in increasing the crop production in almost all the soils of this world. It provides the plant with proper nutrients in proper proportion at proper time. It is very difficult for farmers or cultivators to know the amount and type of fertilizers to be used by them for their land and to get the optimum result. That is why the problem of fertilizers use needs a quantitative measurements of the fertility status of the soil, and it can measure first one, the level of NPK in soil, the pH of the soil, the salt content of that soil, salinity and bicarbonate content of that soil, and the texture of that soil. So on the basis of this information, an agrochemist can recommend the type of fertilizers and its proportion to be used to the farmers. So our next point is different types of methods or different methods of soil fertility evaluation. Soil testing has been done by soil scientists as an aid in determining the soil fertility level. So it is a rapid chemical analysis to access the available nutrient status of the soil and includes interpretation, evaluation and fertilizer recommendations. So the soil scientist can guide the farmer in fertilizer use for different crops after knowing the chemical analysis results, soil type, crop history, different methods and different methods and types of fertility evaluation are: first one is pot cultivation or pot culture experiment. Next is field experiment. Third one is biological test. Fourth one is deficiency symptoms. Fifth one is plant tissue analysis. We have to analyze the plant tissues. And last one is soil testing. So what is objective of soil testing? First one, assessing nutrient status and grouping soils into classes relative to the nutrient level. We have to classify the soil in different classes to identify the nutrient level of that soil. Then predicting the probability of getting profitable response. Then helping to evaluate soil productivity. And last point is determining specific soil conditions like alkalinity, salinity and acidity of that soil. So there are phases of soil testing. That is why soil testing is done in 3 different phases. First one is collection of soil sample from the field. We have to collect the soil sample from the field. Then analysis of the sample in the laboratory. And third one is interpretation of results and fertilizer recommendation. Okay, so these are 3 phases of soil testing. So first one is collection of soil sample from the field. Collection of soil sample is the most important step in the soil testing. Its chemical analysis reveals the nutrient status of the soil and guides the scientist to profitable use of fertilizers. Soil sample cannot be collected at any time throughout the year. That is why the summer is the most appropriate time for the collection of that sample. The sample may be collected after the harvest of crop as the soil is dry at that time. At the time of harvesting, that soil is dry. Weight sample have to be dried before being tested. We have to dry weight sample before testing. The method of sampling depends largely on the purpose for which it is to be collected. So here we can see collection of sample from the field. Here it is a figure. It shows different types or different patterns of collection of sample from the field. Here it is zigzag and round shape patterns. So next one is sampling pattern. Sampling pattern for collecting a representative soil sample. So here we can see soil slices, that is half-inch thick soil slices, which is also V-shaped cut. Then plow depth, here we can see plow depth by this tool. Different types of tools we used, like probes, auger, and here it is auger or soil sampling methods. Here we can see different types of tools. So here it is subsampling a lawn with a hand trowel, that organic layer to be rejected and subsample to be collected with the help of hand trowel. Next point is soil sampling tools and sampling depths. To obtain a representative sample, a composite sample should be collected consisting of small portion of soil from approximately 12 locations with the help of any of the tools like auger, spade, khurpi or trowel. Before collecting the sample, organic debris, rocks and trash from the surface of sampling area are removed. The field is divided according to the slope, the color of the soil, the depth of the soil, texture of that soil, and management and their cropping patterns. Each unit is divided into two parts and zigzag lines is drawn so that it covers whole area. A V-shaped cut is made in the soil to the depth of sampling. Next, 2 to 3 cm thick vertical slice of the same depth is removed from the smoothest side of the cut, and the collected samples are mixed thoroughly from the bucket. It's poured on a piece of clear paper or cloth and mixed thoroughly. It is divided into 4 equal parts and opposite portions are discarded. So remaining 2 portions are mixed thoroughly and the procedure is repeated to get desired quantity of soil samples. So here we can see different types of soil sampling tools. So here we can see auger with bucket with soil samples, different types of tools which are used for sampling methods. So use of proper tools for sampling methods. Proper tools for soil sampling or sampling should not be done from first one, farm lanes and field borders, fertilizers, brands in row crops, any areas which are distinct from the dominant soil type in the field, such as eroded spots, small saline areas, sandy ridges, unless these areas are sampled separately. Dead furrows and headlands, old manure piles or old straw stack bottoms, locations where brush piles have been burned. So this sampling or proper sampling tools are essential for collection of good soil samples. So screw type and post hole auger are generally used for this purpose. Screw type auger is used for hard soils, and for soft moist soil, soil tube or proue is used which allows a uniform portion of the soil to be collected rapidly and accurately by pushing the tube into the ground to the desired depth and removing a soil core. The other tool used for this purpose are shovel, spade, khurpi, etc. These soil samples generally soil from all the fields should be tested at least once in every 3 to 4 years. More soil testing is required for the soil on which vegetables and other cash crops are grown. The frequency may vary depending upon the cropping intensity, soil type, fertilization rate, tillage method, weather conditions, and new research findings. So the test for P and K is needed only once in 3 to 4 years, while the test for available nitrogen is done annually and the organic matter levels are tested once in every 5 years. So here we can see different types of tools or tools which are used for soil sample. Here it is tool kit, auger, spade, khurpi or drill bit or a large huge size drill or digging material or digging tools which are used for sampling methods. Then next point is analysis in the laboratory. The soil sample is sieved through a 2 mm sieve and then analyzed for the texture, carbonate content, pH, electrical conductivity and the level of available nutrients. And then next we have to classify the soil according to its NPK ratio, according to its pH or different ranges of pH like acidic or alkaline soil. Then last one we have to go for interpretation of results and fertilizers recommendation. On the basis of soil testing or soil testing results, fertilizers doses are recommended for better yield of crops. If the level of nutrients in soil is very low, the fertilizer dose for the crop is increased by 50% and if low by 25% and for moderate to moderately high, the dose is reduced by 25% and for very high by 50%. So target yields can be made for the recommended fertilizers. The fertilizer requirements for any crop is the total amount of nutrients needed by the crop minus the amount that the soil can supply. So today we have discussed different sampling methods, different various tools which are used for soil sampling methods, then soil analysis in laboratory, classification, and last one is interpretation and result and fertilizer recommendation provided by soil scientist. So thank you so much for watching this lecture. Thank you.